Well, hello and welcome back. Got some decals on the pod. They're being really rough because they're really old. Um, as you can see, the paper's got a little color to it. So what I find with in that situation is soak them in a warmer water, and when they start breaking loose from the paper, switch them around, and then on the rest of the paper that you cut, like say you're going to cut this one out, on the paper that's still there, try to smear some of that brownness off and then move the decal over to that clean spot and smear all that brownness off so it doesn't, and then give it a little light soak again. Make sure not too much because so the decal don't come off the paper, but then that'll wash and get any of the gook off of it. But some of the clear part of the film that's holding like the two blues together is a little milky. It seems to be coming out. I've just been keep wetting it and kind of pushing it out. But all in all, okay for old decals. So we'll see how the clear hopefully makes them look a little better. They're not horrible, but they're not great either. They're just, at least they're not brittle. But yeah, they're old and just temperamental, and like I said, the paper's dirty. So what I found that I'll show you when we do one is just like, I think this is one solid decal. When it breaks free, I'll loosen it up and then I'll wipe these areas that this decal isn't, and then slide it over to that area and wipe all that brown whatever it is. But yeah, I figure I'd do a lot of these off camera because it was a lot of lining things up, and of course they're not lining up as well as I would like them to. Um, this doesn't really give you much of a visual, on exactly where things are. So I'm kind of going by eye, and trying to keep an even space between them all. And you can see like these here, you can see the way they do like a where those next little angles are. That's where it was bending. It's going to bend, so you can kind of line those two up that way. But these were a little more difficult, and then they're two halves, so you kind of have to finagle them, and you're also going around the compound curve thing. So, but I think that's good enough. Like I said, this is going to be a beat up, abused, pieced together pod. So excuse me. It's like all as soon as I turn the cameras on, my throat starts. And I think it's because I'm talking. Okay, so. Alright, let's see how this is making out. So I'll break that free. And you can see, well, you probably won't see, but you can see a shadowing where it's clean where I just moved the decal. And it kind of looks like, like when your fish tanks get that scum around the edge on the glass and the inside. That's what it looks like. And what I've been doing is wiping that all away, and then I'll slide the decal to that clean area, and then over here wipe all that garbage away. Just keep moving that decal away from the garbage areas where that brown, and then carefully, because now it wants to float, but that's okay if it does, as long as you can scoop it back up. You can wash everything. And then now it's a clean piece of paper compared to the brownness that is. So now let's see. Now we need to get some water on the top here. And that's going to go off of that seam line down. So see, even not just for the scoops. Okay. And you want to stick to my finger, don't you? There we go. A little more water on there so we can move it. It looks like we got to go up. And this is where we're going to want to get all the water out of here. But yeah, there's definitely a difference in the silver from where the clear film is to the regular paint. But maybe I'm hoping the clear might make that go away a little more, and then this thing's gonna get weathered. All right, so probably should go with this one. I probably should have started getting this one wet a while ago. I see I'm gonna have to put a relief in that there. But I did get this piece on. I had to do it because you just don't have any time. I noticed it was a little longer stuck out here. I just trimmed it off once it dried. But yeah, now that piece there is on, so that looks good. So she's ready to go. A little water, and it looks like that's going to come from here and go up like that on this side of the window. Okay, you're going to stick to my finger. There we go. Dab a little water on it, so and we got to try to get this to it always looks pretty good until it dries. Let's get this other one on. Soak it in the water again. Where's there it is. Still got that backing paper on there. So there's not much of a flat surface there for it to stick on. Let's see if we can get this one to line up. Probably chuck this one up a little bit more. There we go. Right to the edge. And not too much, because it gets skinnier and stuff like that, so you gotta make sure. We're good in that regards. Yeah, I think we can make that work. It's gonna have to, because I don't know any other way to get that to do all those complex bends unless I slice a lot of slices in it. Yeah, but I'm really not liking these decals. But they're old, so there's a little bit of clear film going over the edges of the cockpit. I cleaned up this edge. I had the clear film going into the cockpit. Just let it dry, and the real sharp blade, you can time to get him to do that. There, it's looking good. I mean, for what it is. So, but we got a lot of clear film in where it has its notches. It's kind of like a clear flexible plastic, and it has 3 little notches that'll slide into these little slots here. One here, and then one in the center. So I'm making sure they're all clear. Or I should go through and just split all that. I did careful because I made it too soft yet. I might Probably should just let it cure real quick. It's better to cut them when they're a little bit cured. But like I said, I don't mind a little chipping in these decals because I'm probably going to go in and chip some of them up and make this thing look weathered and beat up. So we can put, we can go ahead and get this guy on there, the little red symbol. That kind of hangs off that fence, say. It's going to do something like that. I'm just going for it. Kind of shows it as far down as that blue stripe, and then so we can come about. It's just figuring out the angle. I think it's angled more. That's about it. I'm going to leave it right there. It looks good. You can even see the brown that's getting on my Q-tip from. But yeah, I knew these decals would be rough. I mean, believe it or not, those there and the ones in the back that I've been lightly hitting every so often with a little bit of a solution to get them to stick down are actually not looking too bad, and it's cleaning them up too. It's just here it's a little rough where these doors open because I cut them so that the door is still open. And some of that blue stripe went down on that decal. So until it gets a clear coat, it's a little tricksy, as Gollum would say. Alright, we won't mess with that anymore. So you were done, so we were going to stick you on the stand and let you cure. And every so often put a little bit of solution on you to let stuff dry down in. I'm glad they made a nice solid little block for that. So let's, I guess we'll do the, okay, that works. We can do 3 at a time. We're going to have to, we'll do the, let's do the insides first. That way I'm not touching anything or anything weird. And, it's probably better if we do this and we go like that. And pull that way. And maybe I should go this way because there's no real other way to do it. So I can put that teardrop right at the beginning. Just right there. And put that dead center on that beam. And lightly. To the model, not to my finger. Getting the sniffles now. Alright, that one's in too. This one should sort of stay up. You can get this to spin around like that. There we go. Got a little Very good. I like. Wait a minute. I might be screwing up here. Are they supposed to go on the outside? And just the three? Yeah. I was like, wait a minute, there's only 6. There should be, if it goes on both sides. So yeah, we gotta flop these over, which is not too late. Thank you for being cooperative, decal. Because I am brain farting today. Alright. Yeah, that looks cool. These should be loose. I'll just start with this one. And there we go, folks. Those are on the engines. Let's get this up right here so we can balance this out. Get these flaps. I just like those flaps open. It looks kind of cool. And I'm glad they gave you, you know, things like this, like these flaps can open. But we gotta fix this engine the way it dives down. I think it's this plastic piece is a little more, let me see, that's how it is on that. Oh, so I don't know if it's inside here, it's a little nose diving, but I think I can get that to sit. I'd rather have it going up a little bit and that one doing what it is right there, but we'll fix that. Once we get the cables coming from the pod, that'll tell us how these are gonna, you know, is it gonna be like this? Or are they gonna be a little more like that, which I'm hoping? A little wider, like that. We'll find out. I don't think those are set enough that I can trim them. Maybe. But I might just leave them until they fully set. That way if they do whoop a little bit, even just a little, we're fine, but I think we need to put a little more solution. Yeah, that's looking better. And those bendy areas. Just a little bit at a time. That'll work, you know, and then I'll just trim what's hanging over those scoops. Dab a little blue in there. I came up with a blue, that's a different blue, but I came up with it pretty close before, so. And then once, and those are going to be in areas that are going to get like some heavy weathering and grease, and so that'll change it a shade anyway too, but we'll try to match that blue decal. Yeah, that one's supposed to launch off that edge, but I think the other one was supposed to meet with the other across. Yeah, but that worked out okay. Okay, and that one is, this one stripe is supposed to get hidden by that piece. And once you get all the things on it, and you know the windscreen that's going to go across there, I could even dab blue in the spots where that blue should look like it continues across. When I paint these little corners there. Alright. But But there she is, getting there. We'll let her sit and cure. Yeah, I'm really liking it. But anyway, until next time, thanks for watching.